Hey everyone, hey ladies, welcome to today's live stream because today we will be talking about really important topic that is affecting every woman in this planet. And obviously as we are on our fitness journey, it is definitely affecting us, how we train, and then also how our weight loss journey is going because it's quite important to understand why we have period cravings and how to navigate the nutrition around our cycle if we want to see more results. So drop a comment if we are watching it live or if we are watching on replay, so I know for the next time when to do it, or if we can have a chat. Also, if you will have any questions along the way, please put them in the comments and then I will reply. So before we begin, let me just say that it's completely normal to experience cravings during our menstrual cycle because these cravings can vary in intensity and type. But it's understanding how to manage them through proper nutrition can make a significant difference in our overall well-being and on your fitness journey. So if you are not tracking your period right now, I would definitely highly suggest it so you get to know your body better. So I tracked my period for many years and also my bloating and spotting and all those things in the health app on my iPhone. But I am sure there is like another many great applications that you can download even for free, and then you just want to give it a go because it will definitely help you to see more results. But it is part of the process to have ups and downs during our periods. And before we will start talking about the nutrition, I want to understand the phases of the menstrual cycles because it's quite important and our hormones are changing on different phases. So the first one is called menstrual phase. This is when we have our period. So during the first couple days of our cycle, the hormone level, especially estrogen and progesterone, are very low. This often leads to cravings for comfort foods like chocolate and high carb treats. I'm sure that you might experience this before. Many of my clients are always craving some chocolate. So this is because of the low estrogen and progesterone. Um, Another phase is straight away after our period. This is the second week. So it's called follicular phase. So as we progress to the follicular second phase, estrogen levels begin to rise. So this phase is associated with increased energy and better mood. So this time is actually ideal time to focus on nutrient dense food because it's time to smash some heavy weights in the gym, because you will have a lot of energy. So let's just use the energy from the food, from the estrogen levels into your fitness journey and planning and hitting the PRs and so on. Then we are moving into the third week, which is the ovulation phase, and it's kind of like middle of our cycle. And again, estrogen levels peak. So this is the peak time of the estrogen hormone. And during this phase, you might feel more sociable, you might feel more energized as well, but you might still experience some cravings for sweets and rich foods. But if you are having those cravings, it's important to still go to the gym and keep hitting those PRs because you will still have a lot of energy in the second and third week after the period. So get active and again, get ready for the next 2 weeks because this is when our mood will kind of keep dropping down. So the fourth phase, which is the last one, is before our period and it's called luteal phase. So it is often triggers cravings for salty snacks and another comfort foods because we are about to experience our period. So the first And the last week of our period is kind of when we are experiencing a lot of cravings. So now you know that is because of the estrogen level. And then the second and third week is our peak of our estrogen level hormone, which is like at the top. So it's time when we have a lot of energy, when we want to go to the gym, we want to experience everything. We want to go, running and all those things that you always want to do when you are feeling energetic. This is the time. And then when you are in your period cycle, then this is time for kind of rest, low activities. You might not be able to push really hard in the gym, so maybe focus more on like repetitions instead of the weight, or maybe just implement some yoga, active stretching, maybe hiking, and so on. So basically, now that we know the different phases, I'm gonna give you some nutritional tips. So for the first phase, which is the period phase, let's consume iron-rich foods. So a lot of greens, a lot of legumes, red meat to replenish lost iron during the menstruation. You can also incorporate foods that are high in vitamin B6, which is bananas, chickpeas, salmon is really good, and it will help you to kind of like it will help you with the mood swings. Yeah, so again, bananas, chickpeas, salmon, and greens, legumes, red meat in the first phase. Then we've got the second phase after our period. So let's just focus on rich foods that are high in antioxidants, such as berries, dark leafy greens, that will support the rising estrogen levels, and then also include some whole grains and healthy fats. So avocado is really good, and nuts, because we want to maintain the steady energy levels. I'm hoping that it makes sense so far. So in the second phase, berries, dark leafy greens, a lot of avocados and nuts, but still make sure that it is fitting into your calories if you don't want to gain a lot of weight, because nuts and avocados, basically any fat, is high in calories. So the third one is the ovulation phase, is the third week. So let's just boost your calcium intake with foods like dairy products or broccoli. We want to maybe try new plant-based milk to support bone health during the peak of the estrogen level. I want you to also hydrate really well during every phase. And also you can put maybe into your water, especially during the third phase, cucumber, or maybe you can eat watermelon just to prevent bloating, because at the moment our body will get ready for the period and you might start experiencing some bloating. So definitely try to drink a lot of water just to flush the toxins, and then include cucumber and watermelon, broccoli, and some dairy products. In the fourth phase, which is the last one, when we are almost getting our period, let's increase your magnesium intake with foods like spinach, almonds, pumpkin seed, and it will help you to reduce your PMS symptoms. And it will also help you to manage some cravings for unhealthy snacks. So you can maybe get some air popped popcorn or lightly salted nuts. Again, make sure that are fitting into your calories if you don't want to gain weight over your period. So increase your magnesium. You can also get some magnesium water or some pills from the pharmacy. So now that we have some nutritional tips, I want to just say that it's totally okay to have some cravings occasionally and to enjoy the food that we love, but it's about the balance. So if you are having really intense cravings, I've got 3 tips for you. So the first one is, let's just start practicing mindful eating, because before you will reach to that tempting treat, take a moment just to assess if you are truly hungry or if you are just experience cravings. And then why do you experience these cravings? Or you can ask yourself, is this really going to help me on my progress? Or does it gonna make me happy if I'm gonna eat this treat? Or for example, what is really helping me is to asking me, do I know how it tastes? Yes, I know how it tastes. So why would I eat it? Because I can just kind of imagine the taste of the food, and it makes me like I ate it, kind of. Or I am drinking a lot of like water with a cucumber or with something inside. So it kind of helps me with my cravings. Or what is actually helping me is to drink mint tea. I don't know why, it's like a magic, but mint tea is always helping me with my cravings. Okay, the second tip is go for the healthier alternatives. So if you're craving something sweet, maybe try satisfying your cravings with a piece of dark chocolate or a fruit smoothie. If you are craving something salty, then you can go for baked snacks or lightly salted options. So for example, I love to bake chickpeas in the oven with some salt, or you can put like air fried kale chips. You can also get some nuts, but again, put it in your MyFitnessPal or in my app just to see how many calories it has. So there is always some healthier alternatives that you can choose. So for example, in Lidl, you can get like a vanilla protein pudding or a lot of protein yogurts at the moment. I always like to add some fresh berries on top just to make it even more sweet and to bump the volume up. The third tip is to plan your meals in advance. So I would suggest to do this in the third week of your period cycle before your energy drops, because once you are about to experience your period, honestly you won't have any energy, as you probably know already, and you will have a lot of cravings. So it's kind of hard to plan your meals. So definitely start planning your meals ahead of time, because it will help you to stay on track with healthier choices. And then I would also suggest to put it into your MyFitnessPal or in my app the few days in advance, so you know how many calories you have left in your daily goal, and that way you will make sure that you are on top of your fitness journey and that you are always gonna have some results. Okay, so now I hope that you feel more informed about the period cravings and how to navigate your nutrition around the menstrual cycle. There is a lot of science, so I'm hoping to get another live stream soon about the period, because it's always something to talk about. But remember, understanding your body's natural rhythm and making mindful food choices can lead to a healthier and happier you. So don't let the menstrual cycle stop you in your fitness goals, because it's just a phase, it's just a couple days, but we want to get ready, we want to be prepared for those days, we want to still enjoy it and feel really good and energized even during those days when our estrogen level is not that high. So instead of being negative and snacking a lot of chocolates, let's try to see it in the opposite way and see how you can improve it, how you can feel better, how not to crave something sweet, or what healthier alternatives you can choose from. Okay, so I hope that you find this live stream informative. Please drop a comment down below if you found it useful. Maybe drop some takeaways from this live stream. It will really help me to see if you watched it and if it was